Hi, welcome to Monster Transmission. We're Curt in Curt's Corner. Actually, again, we're in the shop. Today we're going to go over a neutral safety switch. We get a lot of questions about this on different transmissions. Today it's specifically going to show you a neutral safety switch on a 4L60E. This is an early generation. This runs anywhere from 95 all the way up into the 62 P60s, 65 4L70s. All have a neutral safety switch. When you remove your transmission, you want to disconnect the harness from the neutral safety switch. The problem there is that GM has used silicone to seal up these connectors on the switch. So to remove them, 90% of the time, 90% if not almost 100% of the time, they break the switch trying to remove this connector. So you have two choices: either leave the switch connected and remove it from the transmission case, or buy a new switch, because 90% of the time you're going to break this switch. Like this switch here, you can see tried and tried and tried until finally broke the switch, and now this switch is no good. So recommend that if you do remove the harness, then most likely you have to replace this switch. This does not come on the Monster transmission. Now how you install the switch is it has a flat land area on the inside of this mechanism of the dial of the switch. And there's two flat land areas on the mechanical linkage sticking out of the case. So obviously you have to line those two land areas up for this switch to slide on to the linkage. Okay, so now it's fit on there. Now there are two bolts that bolt this switch onto the casting in the case. The head on these bolts is a 13 millimeter. So what you have to do is, I would get the screws started, and then after you've installed the transmission and everything is hooked up, you're ready to add fluid. Obviously you put the transmission in park, you fill it with fluid, and if you go to start your vehicle and it doesn't start, you may have to adjust this switch. So somebody has to be in the vehicle and somebody underneath to adjust this switch until it starts. Once it starts, then you can tighten that screw down. And obviously if you have a harness plugged in here, you're going to have to get around the harness with this one with a wrench to tighten it in place. And then what I recommend is, once it's tightened down, turn the vehicle off, make sure it's in park, and start it again. If it starts right away, then the switch has been adjusted and it's correct. If it doesn't start, you may have to adjust this switch a little more, either up or down. This is telling the computer that the vehicle is in park. So the adjustment of the switch is critical to identify when the vehicle is in park or neutral. So it also tells it what other gears is in, but you need to set it up to where when it's in park, it actually will allow the motor to start, so you don't have an accidental start while it's in gear. But that's how you install and adjust the neutral safety switch. And this is the same adjustment and setup whether it's a 4L65 or a 4L70 GM transmission. If it has a neutral safety switch like this on the side of the case, then this is how you install and how to adjust the switch. If you have any further questions, give us a call here at Monster at 1-800-708-0087, and we'll talk to you then.